There comes a moment in every man's life when he feels the world pushing against him. Stress, failure, rejection, betrayal, fear, uncertainty. Life keeps throwing punches, one after another. And most people collapse, most people break. But a Stoic? A Stoic does not bend. He does not bow. He does not panic. He stands tall, breathes deep, and remains unshaken. A Stoic becomes mentally untouchable. Today, you are about to learn 7 ruthless Stoic lessons that will change your mind, your discipline, your mindset, your entire inner world. These lessons are not soft, they are not comfortable, and they are not easy. They are hard, they are sharp, and they will cut away every piece of weakness inside you. If you listen with full attention, if you take these principles into your daily life, you will not just become stronger, you will become unbreakable. So sit straight, breathe deep, and open your mind. You're about to transform into a man the world cannot shake, a man the world cannot control, a man who is mentally untouchable. Lesson 1. Control only what you can control. The first rule of becoming mentally unshakable is simple. Control only what you can control. But most people do the exact opposite. They waste time worrying about things that lie completely outside their power. They stress about what people think of them. They complain about the past. They fear the future. And they drown themselves in situations they cannot change. A Stoic doesn't do this. A Stoic understands that his energy is sacred, and he does not waste it on what is outside his hands. When you learn to focus only on your actions, your attitude, your choices, your discipline, and your growth, you instantly become stronger than 99% of people. Life becomes simple, problems become lighter, and your mind becomes impossible to shake. Because when you stop giving power to what you cannot control, the world can no longer control you. Lesson 2. Emotions are signals, not commands. A Stoic feels emotions, but he does not obey them like a slave. Anger, sadness, fear, temptation, jealousy. These emotions may appear, but they do not rule him. He observes them. He studies them. He learns from them. This is the difference between a weak man and a strong man. A weak man reacts instantly. A strong man responds wisely. When you learn to pause before reacting, when you learn to breathe instead of exploding, when you learn to stay calm when chaos surrounds you, that is when you become mentally untouchable. Your mind becomes a fortress. Nothing enters without your permission. Nothing controls you except your own reason and discipline. Emotions stop being chains and become information. And because of that, you move through life with clarity while everyone else moves in confusion. Lesson 3. Discomfort is the gateway to power. Most people run away from discomfort, but Stoics run toward it. They understand that discomfort is the training ground for strength. When life becomes difficult, most people give up. But a Stoic whispers, "Good. Let this test shape me." Cold showers, early mornings, physical training, discipline, reading, silence, patience. These are not punishments. They are paths to resilience. Every time you choose the harder path, you build a stronger mind. Every time you face discomfort, you sharpen your spirit. A Stoic knows that avoiding discomfort keeps you weak, but embracing it makes you unstoppable. If you want to be mentally untouchable, you must stop choosing what is easy and start choosing what is right. Lesson 4. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. Most suffering comes from expectations. People expect life to be easy, relationships to be perfect, opportunities to come fast, success to happen overnight. And when reality does not match their expectations, they feel pain, anger, frustration, disappointment. But a Stoic expects nothing. He enters life with no demands, and because of that, everything feels like a blessing. Every small win, every small pleasure, every simple moment. This removes disappointment from your life and fills your mind with peace. You become untouchable because nothing can upset you. Your expectations are zero, and yet you appreciate everything. The world cannot break a man who carries no unrealistic expectations on his shoulders. Lesson 6. Silence is stronger than reaction. Most men talk too much. They argue, they defend themselves, they explain themselves, they respond to every insult. That is not strength. True strength is silent. A Stoic does not waste words. He doesn't react emotionally to criticism, gossip, or disrespect. He lets people talk. He lets people judge. Because their opinions do not define him. Their noise cannot touch him. Silence is a weapon that confuses the weak and empowers the wise. When you learn to sit in silence, when you stop explaining yourself, when you no longer react to every small thing, you become powerful. You become unpredictable. You become respected. A man who can remain silent in a loud world becomes mentally untouchable. Lesson 7. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Stoicism demands a level of self-discipline most people are terrified of. A Stoic does not wait for motivation. He does not wait for perfect conditions. He does not blame circumstances. He moves. He acts. He grows. Every day, he holds himself to a higher standard, physically, mentally, and spiritually. He trains his body because a strong body supports a strong mind. He studies wisdom because a sharp mind leads a powerful life. He controls his behavior because discipline creates freedom. When you set high standards for yourself, life becomes easier because you stop accepting weakness from within. You stop negotiating with bad habits. You stop allowing excuses to run your life. And this internal strength is exactly what makes you mentally untouchable. Lesson 7. You suffer more in imagination than in reality. One of the most powerful Stoic lessons is simple. Your mind exaggerates the pain. You worry about things that never happen. You fear outcomes that never arrive. You create imaginary problems that never exist. A Stoic understands that fear is often an illusion. When you face the problem directly, you realize it is not as big as you imagined. When you step into action, fear disappears. When you confront challenges, they shrink. This is how Stoics walk through life with calm energy. They don't allow imaginary fear to control real action. They don't allow their mind to scare them into weakness. And because of that, they become mentally untouchable, because nothing in reality can break a man who no longer fears imaginary pain. If you have listened this far, then you are already different. You are already stronger than most. Most people will never learn these lessons. Most people will never apply them. They will complain. They will fear. They will break. They will stay weak. But not you. You are now armed with 7 ruthless Stoic lessons that can transform you into a powerful man, calm, disciplined, sharp, and unshakable. Remember, control what you can control. Master your emotions. Embrace discomfort. Expect nothing. Stay silent. Hold yourself to high standards, and never suffer from your imagination. If you live these principles daily, nothing can touch your mind. Nothing can break your spirit. Nothing can
can stop your growth. This is the path of the Stoic. This is the path of the unbreakable. And this is the path you are now walking.